P.M. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with section 3D of chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, commonly known as the Sunshine Law. Roll call, please.
Paul Muir,
Here.
Jose Reyes,
Here.
Judy Nelson, here, Ken Chalet,
Here.
Grace Ann Kelly, Philip Bellin,
Here.
Ryan Messinger,
Here.
Jose Maderos,
Here.
Brad Nelson,
Here.
Jeff Coletti,
Here.
Steve DiLorenzo, Donald McDonald, Daniel McDonald,
Here.
Scott Wilhelm,
Please rise to the pledge.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
For
stands
which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Vote no. Open the public for agenda items.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Comments? Motion to close.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Scott managed to get the resolution for 2 Stony Brook Lane finished. Quite a bit to read over, so. We'll take a few minutes, just read through this. I have a couple of questions already. So as you come up with questions, just shoot them.
Okay, so on page 2, the ABCs, all that, letter C, New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Flood Hazard Area Verification Plan, prepared by Daytel Engineering, approved by the NJDP on unknown date.
Yes, and that is the document with the date on.
And that's, how do we know when it was actually from?
Everyone just continue on with the.
It says a new requirement, New Jersey, anyway, so it can't be older than. What I see here, March 2024.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, we don't know, if it's undated, we don't know when, so.
They would have, I don't think they would have done it pre-March 2024, so it was required.
Okay. But I mean. Any kind of document like.
No, I
that, it's
agree.
undated.
Agree, I'm just for the sake of moving forward, but, I agree with you about date, but I'm just saying, it's not like something could have been done 10 years ago.
Right.
Here's the document.
Was reviewed by Mr. Becker, and I couldn't find a date on it. It was part of the submission.
I have to look a little closer, but.
Snow checkers signature and things.
That's.
Yes,
There's a date there, that's the third one.
okay, you got it.
Take a picture of it, blow it up.
Old people check. Wow, that's even older person check.
Actually,
The Swiss Army knife.
you can't read it because it's so small.
Oh, we have a chalk, no, do we have a chalk over?
do.
I'll take a picture of it, try to blow it up.
125-25, initial submission. $125. Yeah, I don't think they'll get it even with that, because it's pixelated. You know what I mean? Yeah. So whatever you said. Yeah, and that's, so. I would say that, yeah, date of submission is 125/25.
Would the date be in Tom's report? Because he might have had it electronically to be able to.
Yeah, his, no.
It's not in there.
He doesn't reference the date at all.
Can we change that, to just say that?
Absolutely.
I guess we'd have to say submitted to the NJZ, because that's a submittal thing.
Correct. And I can follow up with the applicant to see if maybe they have something since the submission of September.
And then my other question was, in regards to the container, I don't know that it's a container. From what I saw, it does not look like a container, it looks more like a pipe into the ground. I don't know if we should say, you know, container or pipe, whatever it may be.
I was just using the word container, it's broad enough to encompass whatever.
Yeah, I could kind of would.
Where you at, what page?
I'm page 11. Number? 19. I thought it was more like a tank. It didn't look like a tank. If anything, maybe it's about tank. Maybe it looked like the top of a tank, like
The
the,
owner came in and said it was part of a septic system
as part of a septic system.
that was never completed.
That would be, I'd find that. Well, it's, I don't know that it's.
No, it goes in the ground.
It goes into the ground, is what it is, that's the thing, it looks like a pipe that goes into the ground, so it might make sense that it's part of the septic system.
It might have been just constructed when they constructed the, you know, the beginnings of the structure that was there.
Yeah.
I would recommend we stick with the word container because there's something of challenging, being pretty broad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your coffee mug.
I get it.
could be-
I- right.
Yeah, okay. And it is severely damaged because it was completely rusted out at the bottom, so. That's a pretty thing.
Now that I know he has that little tool, he really will. Machinist, right?
Like that?
I was from being a machinist.
No, I always had a Swiss Army knife. They always come like that. Well, I need to tell you the
How about a cheap one? What else do you need,
For just this situation. Why is it getting pretty bad?
Could use it to start a fire. There's no-
Yeah, there's many things.
knows, the way that this application kind of mutated and changed. It created a condition where they came to us with a certain, amount of variances and a certain plan, and we kind of changed it going through with how things happen. So it basically required them to have more variances, and part of our application is there's a fee associated with each variance. Right, so it ended up increasing what his application fee was to the town by an additional $13. So there was additional fees due to us, based on the square footage of the house and the additional variances. So Monica sent an email out requesting the payment of the additional application fees.
So should we,
So I don't, well, part of paying the application, I can see it here, would be, payment of all.
It's in every company.
Stay for that.
so that was the variance that we did not pass on because of the incomplete requirements from the first variance.
I just want to caution the board, the purpose of today is to only to determine whether this resolution is properly memorialized, what we've done. You don't want to come up to the line where you're talking about the merits of what you did last time. The hearing is closed.
Right.
No, it's not the merits, it's the fact that they were fixing application.
That-
Money is due on the application,
You know,
just to verify it's.
It's in there. Yeah, but I think he was, I don't.
Well, no,
Another
another
question, that wasn't his question.
No, my question was that we decided that, and he agreed that we were going to not rely on the variances that were given in the past because the conditions for that were not met by them coming to terms on some on certain things, remember? That's what we were talking about.
It's in here, it's under, page 1121, right?
Yeah, but 21 goes out.
No, page 10, number 5, addresses outstanding variance. I didn't discuss it, but that's earlier today. The attorney understanding it.
Right, okay, so, yeah, the joint maintenance agreement was for, was the issue that we. Okay, so we covered it there, okay. Yeah.
And I think, you know, because of me too, I think they were all the ones that were tried. This was previously approved by the other one too, back in page 3 or whatever. So
Yeah,
I think it comes over.
yeah, yeah.
So now I'm gonna,
Yeah,
now I'm gonna blame it on Monica.
yeah,
Because my,
the application, hey, we'll have change.
look, this is what I wrote.
Oh. Okay. Application fees.
You're missing the word application in front of these. Yeah, number 5 on page 10.
I didn't change anything.
Says the applicant shall pay all fees and deficiencies, should say application fees. And deficiencies in the review. No, absolutely, that's. Monica did discuss everything today and the rest of us communicated on that.
Right, so anybody have anything else?
Do we want to actually vote on this now or wait until we get all our fees?
Well, no, we
Well,
can
it's
vote on
not-
it because it's actually part of it, so.
Yeah, okay. So I'll make a motion to accept the resolution number 2025-16 with those changes.
those changes are on page 2 under C. I'm gonna reference the submitted date of January 25, 25. And on page 10. And 5, the word outstanding, or excuse me, application of the word outstanding.
I'll second that, Martha.
Just wait a second, any further discussion? Roll call.
Ken Shalay,
Yes.
Paul Muir,
Yes.
Brian Messinger,
He did say yes, but we can't hear him. Yeah,
Is he here, or do we just lose?
he said yes.
Okay, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jose Maderos,
Yes.
Philip Bellin,
Yes.
Brad Nelson,
Yes.
Jeff Coletti,
Yes.
Steve DiLorenzo, absent.
There's. Right. With your presentation?
No presentation, Costa Reeves, Musconecon Watershed Association. More just like a kind of follow-up and Q&A on the water quality report that I had presented in July, I think it was. So I had passed along our edits and updates from our stormwater and drinking water assessment. I wanted to make sure everybody had that and access to that report so that we could start wrapping that up. I'd like to have all feedback by, I think about December 15th would probably be a good deadline for us to start getting those reports into the Highlands Council and to the county itself. I forwarded the draft as it stands right now along and make sure everybody has a copy of that. We do need a couple of things from you as a township that we cannot provide, things like where you think your most flood prone areas are, the most susceptible areas to floods, so that we can start making best management practice kind of recommendation in those areas. And then also we did do a drinking water assessment of the township and this building in particular. We did have some concerns with salt intrusion actually in this area. So I just wanted to make everybody aware of that and maybe some, best management practices as it were, or that was concerned. And then, we also have a proposal to put forward. That's a little bit separate from this, but adjacent to this, as it stands to water quality practices. We are putting in for a proposal with NJDEP. It's a green carbon proposal. It is a tree planting proposal. We're putting forward that Heritage Park is actually an amazing property. For this, they require you to have at least an acre of property. And that seems to be a great piece of property to put forward for this proposal. And so what we're asking for is permissions basically to plant on that property. It would be it's the adjacent property to Turkey Hill Brook. I know that property has several pieces to it, right? So if we imagine it, there's the soccer field and then the walking trail and then how the brook goes, and then there's the farm and there's that property that's laying fallow. That's where we're proposing putting about an acres. It's about 6.5 acres. So we'd like to at minimum put an acre's worth of trees into that area. So just putting it's a rolling proposal, so we would like to put that forward. We will follow up with that. So the proposal requires that we put in for at minimum an acre, and we do have an ongoing, O&M plan, so it's not like we plant the trees and then the township is liable for everything, so we do have an ongoing, O&M plan. We do have a crew that's set up for 3 years to take care of that property, and then we would create the O&M plan moving forward. So there would be a maintenance plan and, you know, everything moving forward from that. So just to say that with the water quality proposal in the report, we do have, you know, something moving forward in that area to help with water quality. So just wanted to put that out there to the council and, you know, get everybody's feedback on those things as well as the report. I don't know if anybody had the time to look over the report and, you know, pose any questions to it or corrections or anything. So I'm here to answer any of those questions as it were.
So the trees that you're planting, are you planting that along the brook?
So, yeah, I know without a visual, it's hard to think. There is it's like 6.5 acres that goes towards the brook where that like kind of broken down bridge is. Vliet Road runs parallel. Yeah. So it'd be that area that runs fallow right there.
Okay, so we did plant that back in 2020.
Mhm.
That we did a bunch of plantings along the brook.
Yep.
To try and shield it a little bit.
This would absolutely complement that. Yep.
Right, I don't know how many of those survive.
Yeah, that would be part of this process. It's a very intensive process. Yeah.
You could send me that, we could put it on the demo, next meeting, probably.
Yeah, we can come to that too to answer more in-depth questions.
You're welcome to join us, it's up to our respect for your time to bring it tonight, but if you just send me an email, we can.
Okay.
Put the agenda for the November 20th meeting.
Sure.
There's also a gentleman that I believe he lives in Bethlehem Township that
Yeah.
starting a nonprofit to plant, I'm gonna say thousands of trees. He plans on digging in Akron Heritage Park is the first place he was looking to start.
Let's work with them. Yeah, that's
so he's
great.
finishing up his,
It was gonna be like a 2-year process, and we
Yeah.
should be on year 2 right now.
yeah, he's finishing up his nonprofit status, so that he
Okay.
can start to collect donations of those trees.
That sounds like a great partnership for sure.
Yeah. Township did a spot as well, but.
Yeah.
Might be a good partnership there, is he retired, and there's something that he thought, he wanted to give back in his retirement to the community with planting trees, so. It might be a good correlation.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, the entire perimeter of the park actually can be tell with.
Turkey Hill Brook has some issues. Like
Yeah.
it's a flashy stream.
Yeah.
And sinkholes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're all along that area. So like planting trees to help with infiltration, groundwater issues, all of that. I would love to work with whoever this is and probably can just fold this all into whatever he's working with. So that sounds great. Yeah, that'd be great.
I saw your email back on, but I didn't know if this was it. You said.
Well, yeah, it's like part and parcel. So part of the water quality report is implementation, and this is part of that
Can
implementation.
you send this to me as well? Just make sure.
I did. It was part of, yep, you have that. Mhm.
Share it.
Yep.
Share as well.
Okay. Great.
The salt intrusion, where did that come from?
Yeah, I don't actually know. It could be something that's happening in the area, just as far as I know, you do have your salt pile in the back, so that could definitely just be part of the salt pile in the back. But that's kind of going on regionally, salt intrusion of wells. And so, you know, understanding sources is the part of the next step, so absolutely.
So that's completely covered, our salt.
Yeah, the barn is covered.
For years, they just had it in the middle of the park.
It could be residual.
Yeah.
Big residual.
Yeah.
It don't go away.
It could be also when they wash down the trucks too, right?
Well, they got
the whole time.
That goes to a holding tank, right?
It's actually working on potential shared service with Union Township for them to use our holding tank as well.
Yeah, part of the stormwater prevention plan is like identifying those sources, understanding, you know, is it coming from the hole back here? Is that covered? Is it just legacy at this point? So absolutely.
also could come from the highway
Yep.
itself, because it's all that,
Oh,
see all those
100%,
storm
yeah.
drains that go straight into Turkey Hill Brook.
Yeah.
They drain right into the brook.
Well, yeah, if we're talking about the drinking water here, right, but as
Okay.
far as like going into the surface water, that's part of the report is like the highlights, West Portal Brook, Brunswick Pike, that off ramp there, that is absolutely like through the roof with salt. Like, I think it's probably getting salted multiple times because it's part of 173, like, yeah. It's just like
Right.
absolutely off the charts high with salt and chloride, so.
Well, you just do street.
Yeah.
You didn't do, house water samples there.
No, it's in the surface
You may
water.
get results soon, though.
So,
Oh, I mean,
but as far as like you're saying here, I know the salt piles up back there, it could be intrusion from that. But we just wanna make sure everybody that is here and, you know, like working in this building knew that. Like if they're on a heart healthy diet or they have diabetes, those types of things could absolutely be impacted by high salt in the drinking water, so.
With that, the stream off in front of the pipe,
Mhm.
that had a ton of soap dumped in it. Huge.
Oh, yeah, from the truck dump, yeah, that was. Yeah, so that would have been washed out of the stream by then. This salt is monitored each season and at baseline during the summer. So we do a pretty robust, monitoring program as far as salt goes. So it's not just a one-off kind of thing, so, yeah.
Nothing but balls.
Yeah, the amount of dead fish from that was pretty terrible, but that's not like
The fish
contributing. Yeah, they've come back, but that doesn't have anything to do with the amount of salt though.
That was
So-
so the salt is still there in the summer?
Oh, yeah. It's actually worse in the summer because as temperatures go up, the deadly effects from salt actually increase. So it's temperature dependent. So, all the ecology actually suffers worse in the summer because as we saw this summer and last summer, the temperature goes up, the amount of water goes down. We've had droughts the last 2 summers. And so actually what happens is it concentrates, exactly.
Yeah.
And so you're actually getting saltier water over the summer than you are in the winter from those episodic salt applications, so, yeah.
I mean, I can imagine that that's a pretty low lying area. That's probably one of the flood zones, by the way.
I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Like I have gone there and monitored many years now, and I see fish like caught under that bridge at Brunswick Pike, and they're kind of cut off, and they don't have anywhere to go. So it's kind of like all the aquatic fauna there just kind of get caught, and everything there just gets cut off. But to speak largely, as far as West Portal Brook is concerned, like they did make a comeback with a lot of restoration in that area. So, at large, it's doing much better than it was before. But we want to make sure that it's not just getting hammered by salt, because it's one of those basically off ramps to 173. So what I think is happening is it probably just gets salted multiple times.
So yeah, 70 that drains into that top.
Right.
And then.
Right, and then it
173
filters
And
down.
173 is salted, and
Exactly.
pipe is salted,
Yep.
and it all goes.
All downhill, and then it all
One of
goes
those.
exactly into the
It's a
same thing,
collection.
so. Yeah,
And
so we do have recommendations about how to like salt responsibly, because we're not saying don't salt them. Well, obviously, we need to drive, without being able to crash into each other over winter. So it's kind of like reaching that middle ground between ecology and liability,
And-
so.
The reality is, the Brunswick pipe is salted just enough.
Right,
173 is overdone.
yeah,
100%
Exactly.
overdone. And 78.
and there might be multiple
And
entities
it's
salting,
and so
right,
that's
exactly.
Everybody's pretty frugal, so not only is it environmental, it's a balance of liability versus how much.
Right.
gets spent, the
Right.
dials are pretty low.
Exactly. Couple of sensors honestly, a couple of sensors on the roadway. Clear that right up, because a lot of salting happens when it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
And if they calibrated this, the distribution mechanisms on the back of the truck, which most of them, they admit, they never calibrate. They get them from the factory, pop them on the back of the truck. They don't even touch them. So if they were just calibrated once a season, it would mitigate a lot of that. So, just having some of those workshops and, calibration seminars and just figuring out how to fine tune some of those things would take care of a lot of those things. I worked with a guy in the industry. He worked on the distribution side for 20 years, and he told me that you lose 40% to the bounce, which is salt bouncing off of an outside immediately. So if you can pre-wet your salt and calibrate, you're like saving a whole bunch immediately. And that saves you money too, right? Because a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't the fish, whatever. But it's like, if you're talking about the money aspect of it, you're saving money and you're thinking about the ecology right away. So
So then that pre-treatment that they put down is
Yep.
probably the best thing to do.
the brine has its pluses and minuses, but yeah, if it's used, thoughtfully,
Yeah.
or you pre-wet the salt, absolutely. So, I mean, we're moving into that season, so that's something to think about, so. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
if,
very much.
please just forward all of your questions, comments, feedback. If I've got anything wrong inside this report, please let me know. If you have any comments and questions, because I do want this to ladder up to the county and then to the Highlands Council. Just send me an email. It's krista@muskinecom.org. And then, as far as the tree planting, Paul, I will send you more of the details on that and we can move forward with that. All right.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but not. Send them to me. That's right.
Can I just make one comment while we're on this topic? The last time we discussed this, we talked about the PFAS up at Connolly School. I don't have it in writing yet, but we did have a productive meeting with 10 members of, I guess, NJDEP's board that gives out grants. And we've been told that we're going to receive a grant for the full PFAS remediation system, as well as any of the engineering associated with it. To give you an idea in dollars, it's probably around $1 million. So it was a long wait. Get started. And we are, but we see light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the public,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Anything? Smith?
Those opposed?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, the Monday, October 27th meeting minutes.
They basically just look at it as resolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more key to the survey. I've got a big thing about that.
You got that. What a bribe. You passed me. Yeah. You stumped me for a minute. I don't remember.
I'll make a motion to approve the Monday, October 27th, 2025 meeting minutes as written.
Okay.
Any further discussion on? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right?
So land use, but, congratulations, Larry, for the election, will be joining us on the township committee, replacing Mr. Kenny in the coming years. So it's data news and awareness and like we'll be staying on the planning board.
Yes.
You breathe in public, thank you. The other,
Save you the envelope.
the other,
Nothing's official yet.
yeah, the other fun, more fun thing, so the 20th, of course, is our township meeting for November, but before that, in this room, we'll have a presentation about the, indigenous artifacts that are out in the hallway. And, Mr. Jimenez and a former resident, have conserved, there's a piece there from 500 BC around here in Bethlehem Township, and we'll hear about the stories around it, also be pretty cool, and they're going to remain here on, exhibit for, the foreseeable future.
I'm surprised you didn't mention it, military makeover.
Oh, yeah, Friday night, we had actually, other than the TV falling over and stuff, we could do like a premiere viewing,
Watch
watch party here, but
Yeah.
first episode is this Friday at Lifetime, but I think it's 8 o'clock.
I think it's 8 o'clock.
That'll be exciting.
That's it.
Yes, board members? Aye.
I just wanted to say that over the summer, we said that we were gonna have a busy season, and it doesn't seem necessarily that it's been busy, but just for the record, there are 7 open applications right now. We got 1 new one today. I am following up with Tom and Sarah with regard to EM Realty, San Marco, and Istock, because Istock never did an application and I have an open escrow, so I'd like to. But, I just kind of wanted you guys to know that there's a lot still going on. It's just, you know, deemed incomplete, or we're waiting for applicants to do stuff. So we only have 1 more, meeting in November and a December meeting, and then we're done. So we
Yeah.
only have 2 meetings left.
So next year's gonna.
So that's the question, are we gonna start looking at these now, due to time? And if so.
Well, so
Or it could change and.
For example, the one that came in today, their 45-day period expires after our last December meeting. So either it will be done in time for the December 8th meeting for completeness, and then we'll have the hearing in the new year, or we'll have to look for an extension. And the same thing will be true of any of them that, like, the applicant decides to submit something, so.
As long as you don't start a hearing before the end of the year, you're fine.
Well, yeah, that's the thing,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Any application came in today, wasn't until today, so.
Right,
But we-
but we have 7 of them? Okay, so only 1 of them came in today.
1 came in
So all
today,
the other ones came in before that.
so
Well, we
they're
didn't do it
deemed- most of them are deemed incomplete.
San Marco, yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
Open, but not.
Right.
Okay.
It's only open because you haven't closed out the escrow yet.
Right, Vames,
Phase, so it's really 6.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Because the rest of them affect us.
And I would say, I can't say the name, ISDOK, had a pre-application meeting, and it's been like 9 months since, and he didn't do an application, so I'm looking to close that out or find out whether or not an application is forthcoming. I'd like to know what's going on with the escrows and close out anything we can before the end of the year. That's my goal.
Okay. So we also had that variance for the garage on Valley Station, right? That was.
Casterly?
Casterly, yeah, so that one just is sitting too, right?
Yep, it's deemed incomplete.
Okay. All right, so none of them are really active then?
Falls in somebody else's court.
Right, yeah, okay.
But they're out.
Okay. But I mean, yeah, for the next 2 meetings, we're not gonna be.
Yeah.
No?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, Lou, if you wanna hang on for 1 minute, I'll do a quick test with you for. Hey, you can hear me.
So. Make sure that it's addressed for what we're having about now.
So what's the next shot? Hey, Lou, are you still there?
Just tell me, I'm used to having more regular definition of it. But, you know, I have to get it done tonight. You can have a lot of ideas what to know.
Right. Well, he.
No.
I have a lot.
Fighting.
Right.
Lou, you there?
Yeah.
It maintains it.
Just like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On the property.